Now we will see the options in Data tab. Here we have option Get External Data. This option is used to import the data from Access, web, text files or other sources. For example, I am selecting the option from Access. Here I am selecting this file and click on Open button. And here we have to select the option that where we have to place the data. I am selecting this cell and click on OK button. Now we can see the data which is imported from Access file. We can see this file in Access, then you can understand clearly. Already we have created employees data. Here we have given an option to update the changes if we make any modifications in Access file. That option is Refresh All. We have opened both files, so I am closing this file. And we have to close another file also. Now I am opening Access file. Here I am changing this name. And close this file. Again I am opening ABC file. We have changed this name, and if we want to update that change, then select an option Refresh All. Now it updates the change and it shows new name. Like this, we can retrieve external data into the Excel sheet. Not only from Access, we can import the data from web, text files, other sources, or database through database connections. Already we have an idea on sort and filter options. Here we have an option Advanced. Now we have to give list range, so I am selecting this table. Next we have to give criteria range, so I am selecting these cells and click on OK button. And then it will filter the data according to the criteria. Now press Ctrl Z to show the previous data. Here we have an option Text to columns. Suppose if we give data continuously by giving delimiters between them, for example, Ravi, Johnny, Kumar, Tom, and if we want to place these names in each cell, then we have to click on the option Text to columns. Here we have to select either delimiters or fixed width. Next we have to select delimiters like tab, semicolon, comma, etc. I have selected comma and click on Finish button. And now we can see the names are placed in each cell. Like this, we can change the text into columns. Next option is Remove duplicates. This option is used to delete the duplicate values. For example, here we have repeated data. Now select this option, and here we have to select the field in which you have to delete the duplicate values. So I am selecting job field. Now it removes all duplicates and it shows the jobs for only one time. Now press Ctrl Z to show the previous data. Next option is Data validation. This option is used to enter the selected value. For example, I want to select validation for these cells. So select this option and here we can see allow any number. But now I am giving condition allow whole numbers between 10 to 20. Now if we enter number 67, then it will show error message. We can also place error message on our own. Like that, I am giving number 10, 12, 45 and now it shows error message. Like this, we can set data validations. And if we want to remove that validation, then we have to select this option and click on Clear All button. Here we can set input message and error alerts. Now we have not selected data validation so that we can enter any value. Next option is consolidation. This option is used to calculate the values from multiple ranges into one new range. For example, I want to sum the values, so I am selecting this cell and click on Add button. Again I am selecting this cell and we can also select the range of cells. Like this, we have to select the cells in different areas and finally click on OK button. And now it shows the total value in selected cell. Not only sum, we can also select all these functions to calculate the values by using different ranges. And we can also remove these ranges by selecting delete. Next option is what if analysis. Here we have an option scenario manager. Suppose I am selecting this cell. Next I am selecting scenario manager, add scenario, and here we have to give name for the scenario. So I am giving S1. Next I am giving change cell as a D2. And here we have to enter new values. Now we can see the enter values for each of the changing cells. Here we have selected only one cell, so I am giving new value 1400. Like this, we can add some other scenarios and finally click on Show button. Here it shows the new value. We can also see its summary, and if we want we can select Edit and Delete buttons. Next we have option Goal Seek in What If analysis. When we select the Goal Seek option, then we have to select calculation fields. For example, I have selected gross amount to change this value as a 1700, and this amount is depends on these values. Here I am giving two values 1700. Already we have an amount 1526. Next, we have to decide that which cell value we have to change to become this value as a 1700. So I am selecting basic. We should not select all these values. We should select the value that the gross amount should depend on that particular cell value, and we have to give that cell value as a changing cell. Click on OK button. Now it shows gross amount as a 1700 and automatically remaining values are changed according to the gross amount. Now if we press OK button, then it will show these amounts, and if we press cancel button, then it will show previous values. Next option is Data Table. This option is used to calculate the repeated values. For example, I am giving values 1 to 5, 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500. Now we have to multiply these values with 100. Like that, we have to multiply 1 into 200, 2 into 200, etc. And here we want to show their results. Like this, if we have number of possibilities to calculate values, then we have to create data table. And here we have to give calculations. Here we have row input cell and column input cell. A5 is the input cell for this row, so I am giving equal to A5. B4 is the input for this column, so I am giving equal to B4. In this cell, we have to give formula equal to B1 into B2. Now I am selecting these cells and select the option Data Table. Here we have to give row input cell and column input cell and click on OK button. Then automatically it will calculate whole table according to the given expression. Like this, we can also create complex tables. Next, we will see how to make a group or ungroup the data. First, I am selecting these rows and then click on Group, Row. Now we can hide or unhide these rows. And if we select Ungroup option, then it will collapse this group. We can also calculate subtotals. For example, in employees data, if we want to show subtotals separately for clerks, managers and programmers, so first we have to sort the data and then select subtotal. Here I am selecting job, function is sum, and next we have to select the fields for which we want to calculate the subtotals. So I am selecting net, gross and basic. Now it shows subtotals for clerk, manager and programmer. If we did not want to show all these subtotals, then we have to click on the Remove All button. In Review tab, already we have seen the options like spelling, research, etc. We can protect our sheet or workbook. Here we have to give password. Already we have seen this option. This option is used to protect the sheets in the workbook. Protect sheet option is used to not to enter the data in the sheet. But we can enter the data in other sheets or we can also delete that sheet. So if we did not want to delete that sheet, then we have to select the option Restricted Access. Now I am cancelling this function. First we have to select Protect Sheet and then select Protect Workbook option. Then it will have full protection. Next one is Allow users to edit ranges. If we want to edit in specified area, then we have to select this option. Here we can see ranges unlocked by a password when sheet is protected. Like this, we can give number of ranges. And we have to select Protect Sheet option. Now we can edit within this range when we protected this sheet. And we can't edit in remaining ranges. Like this, we can enter the data within the selected range. In View tab, we have options like zoom, show or hide, etc. In workbook views, we have option page break preview. When we select this option, then it will show the page break. This is first page and it is second page. When we drag this blue line, then we can see it clearly. When we give print for this sheet, then it will print up to IT column in first page and these two columns will print in next page. And if we want to print all these columns in one page, then we have to drag this line towards right side. Like this, we have to adjust the page break. If we select normal, then it will be like this. In page layout option, it will be like this and we can add header and footer. Now I am selecting normal view.